Think of your life as a sacred cathedral. It is a place of beauty, quiet reflection, and deep purpose. But if this cathedral has no walls, the wind blows out the candles, the rain ruins the tapestries, and the noise of the street drowns out the music of your soul. Most people live like this, not because they want to, but because they believe that being good means letting everyone in. They confuse an open heart with a lack of boundaries. The truth that few realize is this: a boundary is not a wall to keep people out. It is a gate that defines where you end and the rest of the world begins. Without this invisible wall, you aren't a person, you are a territory. And territory without a border is eventually conquered and depleted. Let me share the story of Leo. Leo was a man who felt like a piece of public land. If a friend was bored, they called him for hours, and he listened. Even when he was exhausted, if a colleague was behind on work, they dumped it on his desk and he stayed late, even when his own children were waiting for him at home. Leo thought he was being loyal and disciplined in his service to others, but inside, he was crumbling. He felt a heavy, cold weight in his chest every time his phone rang. He wasn't living, he was reacting. One weekend, desperate for peace, Leo went to stay with an old friend named Elias, a master stone mason who lived in a small cottage on a cliffside. Leo noticed that Elias's property was surrounded by a beautifully crafted, low stone wall. "Elias," Leo asked as they sat by the fire, "why did you spend so much time building this wall? You live in the middle of nowhere. There are no thieves here." Elias smiled and looked at the stones. "Leo, this wall isn't here to stop people from stealing my things. It's here to remind me where my responsibility stops. When I am inside this wall, I am the master of my time, my thoughts, and my peace. When I step outside it, I am at the service of the world. Without the wall, I would forget who I am." Leo sighed. "I feel like I have no wall. I feel like everyone just walks through me." Elias leaned forward. "That's because you believe boundaries are an act of aggression. You think that by saying no, you are attacking others. But listen closely. Boundaries are the highest form of self-discipline. It is the discipline to protect your inner sanctity so that when you do give, you give from a place of abundance, not from a place of resentment." This was the epiphany Leo needed. He realized that his lack of boundaries was actually a lack of self-discipline. He was too lazy to face the discomfort of a conflict, so he chose the easy path of compliance. But that path was leading to his own destruction. To build your invisible wall, you must first embrace Stoicism. The Stoics understood the dichotomy of control. You cannot control how others demand your time, but you have absolute sovereignty over how you respond. Your time is your most non-renewable resource. To give it away to every passerby is not kindness. It is a betrayal of your own purpose. Building boundaries requires a deep understanding of silence. When you set a boundary, when you say, "I cannot help you with this right now," there will be a moment of uncomfortable silence. The other person may look disappointed. Your instinct will be to fill that silence with excuses and apologies. Discipline means standing in that silence. It means trusting that your worth is not tied to your utility. This is where letting go becomes essential. You must let go of the need to be the hero in everyone else. As story, you must let go of the need to be the hero in everyone else. Story, you must let go of the fear that people will leave you if you stop being convenient. The people who leave when you set boundaries are the ones who are only there for the free entry. Their departure is not a loss. It is a clearing of your sacred space. As Leo returned to his life, he began to lay his stones. He turned off his phone at 8 p.m. He told his colleague, "I can show you how to do this, but I cannot do it for you." He stopped answering every emergency. That wasn't his own. At first, he felt like a villain. The guilt was a heavy shadow, but then something strange happened. He started to feel healed. The weight in his chest lifted. because he was no longer leaking energy in every direction. He found he had more focus for his work and more genuine love for his children. He realized that by saying no to the trivial, he was finally saying a powerful yes to the essential boundaries of the ultimate form of self. Love, true self. Love isn't about indulgence. It is about protection. It is about protection. It is about recognizing that you are a finite being with a divine spark that needs to be tended. If you let everyone trample your garden, the flowers will never bloom. As you move through the world, remember Elias, stone wall. It wasn't built in a day. It was built one stone at a time, one no at a time, one moment of self-respect at a time. Do not wait for others to respect your space. They will only respect the wall that you have the discipline to build and the courage to maintain. Be the architect of your own peace. Build your wall not out of hate for others, but out of a profound love for the person you are meant to be.